Dear friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the advantages of learning SAP Sales and Distribution Module. In our previous videos we have discussed about why to learn this sales and distribution module, as well as what are all the prerequisites for learning this sales and distribution module, and also we have discussed about the advantages. That means after completing sales and distribution module, we have discussed about the advantages from the consultant's point of view, as well as we have discussed about the overall advantages of implementing this sales and distribution model from the client's point of view as well. In this video, we will discuss about the overall advantages of learning this sales and distribution model and how it helps in implementing the complete sales and distribution application for the industry, as well as how the clients are benefited after implementing this SAP sales and distribution module. So we will discuss one by one what are the overall advantages of learning this sales and distribution module and other stuff. These are all the advantages. What are all the advantages here? Once again, once after completing the SAP sales and distribution module, all the consultants will be getting strong understanding of the business processes and different use cases of SAP sales and distribution module, and also all the consultants will be very strong once after completing this SAP sales and distribution module, and they will be very strong in understanding the SAP SD implementation configurations, namely sales order processing and special sales order processing. In our previous videos, we have discussed very clearly about the sales order processing as well as the special sales order processing. Once again, here I want to discuss about the sales order processing. What is the general sales order processing? The general sales order processing cycle, it starts with inquiry, followed by quotation, followed by standard sales order, followed by delivery, followed by billing. And what is the special sales order processing? This special sales order processing includes different special sales order activities like cash sales, rush sales, third party sales orders, intercompany sales orders, free goods, consignments, and other stuffs. So there are two different types of order processing in sales and distribution model. One is the general sales order processing and the other one is special sales order processing. And then what is the third major advantage? The third major advantage is that the consultants are having the capability in analyzing the main requirements that has to be implemented and carried out in the entire SAP SD module. So this is also one of the major advantages of the consultants once after completing successfully the sales and distribution module. And what is one more advantage here? Once after completing this sales and distribution module, all the consultants will be getting very strong business understanding on how to implement the end-to-end configuration setup in the sales and distribution model. Because here we have mentioned the word end-to-end. End-to-end means this entire SAP SD module consists of lot more configurations to be implemented, namely entire organizational structure configuration, that is enterprise structure configuration in SD, followed by different master records in SD, followed by different partner functions, followed by account groups and number ranges, followed by sales document types configuration, which is very essential for implementing this sales order, as well as special sales order processing methods, as well as other important configurations like free goods determination, intercompany sales order processes, third party sales order processes, and similarly pricing configuration as well as consignment configurations for the clients based on the requirements. Only if the consultants are having the strong understanding of the end-to-end business scenarios, or if the consultants are having strong understanding and knowledge in the entire sales and distribution module, then only they can be able to design, then only they can be able to implement, then only they can be able to execute, and then only they can be able to support the end-to-end projects in the SAP SD module based on the client's requirements. So these are all the advantages after learning this sales and distribution module. So once after getting the thorough understanding of the business processes from the scratch to the end, from the scratch to the end in the sales and distribution module, then only all the consultants are able to implement this end-to-end sales and distribution module for their clients successfully. So these are all the major advantages of learning this end-to-end sales and distribution module. And once after getting the basic understanding of the end-to-end business processes and basic understanding on how to implement different business processes, then only they can be able to support, design and execute the entire end-to-end sales and distribution module for their clients based on the requirements. So we have discussed already very clearly about the sales order processing as well as special sales order processing, and also we have discussed about the third party sales orders as well as intercompany sales orders, how it has to be implemented in the SAP SD system. We have discussed very clearly. And one more important configuration from the SD point of view is the pricing configuration, because this pricing configuration purely depends on the condition types, condition records, access sequences and other stuff, because SAP has already provided different condition types as well as different condition records. So all the consultants has to understand very strongly the business processes based on the requirement. Then only they can be able to implement this sales and distribution pricing configuration very effectively based on the client's requirement. So once if the consultants are very strong, once if the consultants are having the capability to understand the end-to-end implementation processes in sales and distribution module, then only they can be able to design, they can be able to execute, they can be able to support the end-to-end projects in the sales and distribution module that is based on the client's requirements. So these are all the overall advantages of learning this sales and distribution module. Once after learning this sales and distribution module, all the consultants are getting the capacity, or all the consultants are very good in implementation of this entire SD module in the industry for their clients based on the requirements. So the overall advantages of learning this sales and distribution module depends on the entire business processes in SD module, namely sales order processing, and then special sales order processing, followed by third party sales order processing, followed by intercompany sales order processing, followed by pricing configuration, followed by consignment configuration in the SD system. So once if the consultants are very strong in understanding the end-to-end business scenarios in SAP SD module, then only they can be able to implement the sales and distribution very effectively for their clients based on the requirements. And about myself, I want to introduce myself to you. I am Raja. I am having more than 20 plus years of experience in the SAP industry. I have worked as a consultant, I have worked as a practice head, and also I have worked as a delivery head for many projects, and I have extensively involved in many implementation projects, many production support projects, and many rollout and upgrade projects as well. And I have got more than 5 years of on-site experience in Middle East and Europe, handling these Middle East and European clients. Regarding my certification areas and interests, I have done my certification in finance. I have done my certification in business process planning and consolidation. I have done my certification in S4HANA Simple Finance module. I have done my certification in S4HANA Simple Logistics module. And also I have completed my certification in SAP S4HANA Central Finance module. Very recently, I have completed my certification in SAP Business and Revenue Innovation Management module, that is BRIM module. So in this video, we have clearly discussed about the overall advantages of learning SAP Sales and Distribution module, and only those consultants who are able to understand the entire end-to-end business processes in Sales and Distribution module, then only they can be able to implement, then only they can be able to execute, then only they can be able to support, then only they can be able to design the complete sales and distribution model and implementation. Thank you.